What's up, Eager to Pleasers? Welcome back to another episode of the Eager to Please podcast. I debated on what I was going to talk about for this week's episode, given I was in a really crummy mood last week, and I didn't want to just come on here and rant, but I came across this post on my Instagram feed that really resonated with me, so I wanted to share it with those of you who might need to hear it too. Last week, as I just mentioned, was far from perfect. And I know we all have those weeks, but this particular week felt like the worst. Literally everything was going to pot. A big songwriting workshop I had been helping to coordinate and was so looking forward to got canceled because Mother Nature had other plans for us. She decided to dump an entire weekend of snow and ice right here in Middle Tennessee and elsewhere in the world, forcing us to postpone things until spring. So my ex was supposed to take the kids. That way I could go. But now that I didn't need him to, I told him I was just going to keep them as planned. So literally before I could get the words out in a text, he was on the next flight out of here to be with his girlfriend. And not that my opinion means 2 cents, but I'm going to chime in anyway. So help me understand something. Why would you jump on a plane knowing that a snowstorm is coming and you might run the risk of not getting to see your kids the following week if we do get all of this precipitation we're expecting? Help me understand why someone would do that. Not that it's any of my concern anymore, just stating a fact. Keep in mind, this was on a Tuesday, and I get a frantic call on Friday that all flights are canceled and that I'm going to have to keep the girls. No problem, I say. I was already planning on doing that anyway, given the weather report sounded terrible, and I was not comfortable driving in snow and ice, to which he said, "Oh, good. Thank you so much. Now my anxiety isn't so high." What I really wanted to say was, "Are you kidding me? You're the one who decided to fly out of here knowing we were expecting bad weather, and here I am, once again, making your life easier." Let's be clear though. I wasn't doing this to lessen his anxiety. I said yes to keeping my kids as he figures out a way to get home because I want to have my kids. In fact, I wanted to have them 100% of the time, but I was told I can't do that. The only problem was, as you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, is that I somehow managed to catch the flu from one of my kids who had been sick the week prior. So not only are we snowed in, but I can barely function given all of the aches and chills that I was having, and as someone who never naps, I just had to cave. I didn't have a helpline that I could call, but that's what being a parent means. You do what you need to do, good, bad, easy, or hard, and sometimes that means muddling through the things when you feel like you're on death's door. What I didn't appreciate was my ex texting my oldest daughter pictures of his dumplings that he was eating, saying how delicious they were, and that he wished she was down there eating them with them. How clueless could you be, buddy? She and I had a good chuckle about that. But seriously, Monday rolls around and I'm wearing 3 coats on a Teams call because I'm still not feeling well. Definitely not the way I wanted to spend my bonus days with my kids. But we survived, ate way too much junk food, binge watched way too much TV, and managed to play some games to give ourselves a break from killing off every brain cell that still worked. So now that I got that rant out, here's the post that I promised I'd share by She Inspires Strength. Imagine someone saying, "She's so lucky." And the person she's saying that to comes back and says, "No, she's not. She worked hard. She lost people. She did late nights. She cried herself to sleep. She ignored haters. She invested in herself. She wanted to give up so many times, but she didn't." So for those of you who needed to hear that today, I hope that inspires you to keep going no matter what your day looks like, good, bad, or indifferent. Just keep doing you, because you got this. Now I'm going to go snuggle my girls while they still let me, so I'll see you back here for the next episode.